You know, you have to believe at some point I'm going to get all the bad luck out. Well, can't keep this hand. If it had a mountain, I would still consider it, but I would still mulligan. Why? Both Rally the Peasants are in your hand, so already you're basically on a mulligan to 5 that doesn't really do all that much. Okay. Screw you, deck. Kiss my behind. Alright, this hand's pretty good. Opponent's also on a mulligan to 5, so we're kind of on a level playing field. Got a removal spell and a battle screech. I am not going to keep that. If that was a white source, I would, to guarantee that I would have double white. But such is the world we live in. Soul Warden. Alright, well, I'm going to firebolt that. It looks like we are up against Soul Sisters of some kind, whether it be White Weenie or tokens. Not sure. That is where Electrickery and most of our removal spells will definitely help. Still going to go Boros Garrison. I think playing Boros Garrison here is going to be better since I'm going to do it anyway. And I want to be able to guarantee myself that I can turn 4, go Battle Screech. Looks like they're going Raise the Alarm. Sure. Now, I could have played like Radio Fountain there and taken a turn off, but the fact of the matter is I wouldn't have double white. What the hell is that? You may cast, so would have flash if you cast anytime. What the? I didn't even know this card existed. Well, learn something new every day. Okay. Ooh, 3-man Inspector. That is really good. So my opponent knows one card in my hand, does not know multiple. Unfortunately, that beats out Electrickery now, which is a pain in my behind, but what are you going to do? Going to go ahead and block, and I am going to crack this clue at the end of my turn. I don't really fear my opponent going, I don't know, anything. Excuse me. So we're going to go crack the clue. Take a Wellspring. Excellent. Alright. Go Great Furnace here. Could go Radiant Fountain, but I don't really think there's a point at this moment in time. We'll go ahead and go Battle Screech. It doesn't give them reach, does it? Okay, no. 1, 2, and 3. Make some more tokens and pass the turn. Probably going to get on the offensive next turn. Not going to be blocking anytime soon, so we'll see how that goes for me. So the reason why I decided to take it was because... Hold on a second. Okay. Was because I'm going to gain 2 life and I can just block and I can hit it back for 4. So that kind of works out. So I'm going to start off by playing Ichor Wellspring just to see. Drew a land, which sucks, but nothing I can do. I think I'd rather just play that up for right now. And we'll get it for 4. If my opponent has another Raise the Alarm, I'm going to be quite upset. Okay, they did not, which is interesting. Ooh, my opponent had Battle Screech. This seems like it might be a bad matchup. I think this is the, No, this isn't the Soldier deck that's been running around. There's a new Soldier deck my friend told me about that's been running around a bit, but... this is normally a good matchup for me game 1, but the fact that I'm mulligan to 5, the fact that I'm on 8 lands and only, realistically, 3 spells... and the fact that my opponent has Parapet out is not good for me at all in the slightest whatsoever. So we're going to have to block here. Take 3. Well, another Battle Screech helps. Another Battle Screech helps. So we'll go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and go Battle Screech. 1, 2, 3. Okay, another Battle Screech. Go ahead and gain a life. All of a sudden, if we do draw a Rally the Peasants, we can actually win. I think. But my opponent wasn't playing anything until they got to 4 mana, so if they have another Battle Screech, it might be bad for me. Ooh. Splashing Muldrifter in their deck, I see, yeah? That's very cute. I love this card. I did not know this existed at all. Why did no one ever tell me this card existed? Ooh. Interesting. Alright. We'll start off by doing this just to get some more information about what we're going to draw. Man, I wish I had a Soul Warden right now. Okay. Go ahead and cycle that. Cycle that. Ha 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 ha. I could firebolt a 1-2, but I don't really think there's a point. So I'm not going to. All that cycling, and I still only drew a land. Man, did I get screwed. Alright, well, say go. So suddenly it's 8 power again. It's 12 against 8 power, which is funny. I have seen versions of this deck that splashes blue from Old Drifter, although I'm not a huge fan of those versions. So, what do we do here? Well, I'm going to definitely double block one of them. I think I'll double block another. And I think we can just do some trades. I think my spell should be better than my opponent's. Oop, wrong one. Block, block, block. Oh, actually, you know what the problem is here? Is if they have another one of these. Yes, that would actually be a large problem. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to block like this. And we're going to try to do this a bit smarter. Because you can actually cast this as an instant, correct? Parapet. You may cast Parapet as though it had flash. Yes, you are actually able to. So I could also triple block a ground creature, but I don't really want to do that. I'd rather keep these around. Now, I don't know what my opponent could have as far as pumping more than +0/+1 in instant speed, but I guess I'm liable to find out. If they have something like Rally the Peasants, I mean, they could be splashing red as well as blue, so if they have something like that, then I don't get too blown out, but we do trade a bunch of our board. So we'll see what happens. Oh, my opponent just won the game because they just drew an infinite amount of cards. Well, this matchup just seems horrible. Yeah. This matchup does not seem great. But if I do draw a Rally the Peasants, I can win the game effectively. So that is something. 1, 2. Yeah, if I draw a Rally the Peasants, I do win the game. So that is something to remember. Be exactly 18. How about another land? Another land seems really good. Alright, well, we're going to firebolt the crap out of this guy. I overpaid. Not that it really matters. Was not paying attention. And, yeah, I guess I'll attack for 6 in the air, since we're kind of racing now. Not really. But, you know. So I have 10 lands left in my deck. So the odds of me drawing a spell next turn would be great. But I don't think that's going to matter when I'm up against blue-white tokens, which is pretty cool. I must say myself. I do not win many of my matches that I record. I do not have good luck when I record matches, man. I really don't. You know, I was wondering why... I was sitting here silent. I was wondering why I have 3 tokens left, and it's because I blocked with this first. My opponent just did not rearrange the blockers. That's cute. So we're just going to triple block one of these guys, and then I will end up taking 4. Going to 7. And, yeah, now my opponent realizes it. And I guess we'll see what happens. Well, another keep watch happened, and if you control planes, you may tap... Okay, I'm copying my opponent's deck. I am building my opponent's deck. I've never seen it before, and this deck is incredibly awesomely cool. Oh, and I died. Sweet. Okay, so despite hold on a second. Man, I can't catch a break. So I'm gonna bring the Electricity, the Core Sanctifiers, and the Angelic Purge. Again, I know there's gonna be steam in the background, but I'm sorry, there's nothing I can really do about it. I don't have a program that can get rid of that background noise. So we're gonna take out Journey to Nowhere because it only hits one creature, which clearly is not going to be enough against a deck like this. This kills the enchantment that stops Electricity from being good. Bringing the other Electricity. So another card that we can take out, I'm not exactly sure. I think I'm going to just take out an Ichor Wellspring. The reason for that is it's probably the weakest card I have in my deck. So we'll just see how that goes for me. This hand's not great, but it's certainly not bad. We have a 1-drop removal spell. I forgot to change Forgotten Caves. I was so taken back by how beautiful this picture on it is, so we're going to see. Definitely going to copy my opponent's deck. My opponent's deck looks funner than holy heck, so we'll see how that goes. Alright. Drew an Ichor Wellspring, which is pretty funny. Just going to pass. Well, looks like my opponent has a whatchamacallit at the end of my turn. So here I'm going to play Ichor Wellspring, hopefully drawn to an untapped red source, and I'll be able to Kuldotha Rebirth. No, but I did draw into a third land, which does matter. Oh, my opponent didn't have anything. Well, that's good. That is good for me. Unfortunately, it also was not a white source. Just had to draw an untapped source there. Did not have a lot of good hits, though, to do that, but, you know. Okay, so I guess here what I can do is I can play... I can float the red, Kuldotha Rebirth. See if my opponent has Hydroblast. They do not. And then we'll play the Core Skyfisher, return the Forgotten Cave, replay it, and pass the turn. I could have returned, I guess, the... Oh, that was bad. I could have returned this and gained 2 life. That was an accident. I forgot that I was on turn 4 and not turn 3. Oh, well. That's pretty good. This is really interesting. My opponent is not doing anything. They don't even have a Keep Watch. Okay. Guess I'll play Prophetic Prism. Hit my 4th land drop. Sweet. And then I think playing Glint Hawk is probably better here. I'll take the chance. Yeah, my opponent's F6ing right now, so... I don't know what my opponent is doing. I don't know what kind of hand they kept. I'm pretty sure that Keep Watch is target player attacking creatures, but... Or for each attacking creature. It doesn't matter who's attacking, but I could be wrong. Is that what my opponent was waiting for? I'm not sure. Again, I'm apologizing for the steam in the background. Okay. So here, I'd rather leave up both Electricity. I'd rather leave up Electricity. Use this in case they have something that removes an artifact. I don't know. I'd rather leave up Electricity than go Prophetic Prism. If you control planes, you may tap an untapped creature. Okay, well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Lightning Bolt. Also, this is something to play around, so I'm going to Lightning Bolt this so that he has to do it in response, and then I'll Electricity again. So he'll lose all 4 of his dudes, and I'll get in there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But my opponent decided that was enough to scoop. I guess they just really did not have anything in their hand. So, Sense Enlistment is not terrible, but the fact of the matter is, the creatures don't fly, so they don't do as much as you want them to. So I think I'll just keep it the same way and hope the same thing happens. Basically, there was game 1, I drew a ton of lands, but you saw the raw power of this deck. Ooh, my opponent's on the 61 card special. Game 1, you saw the raw power of this deck where... more or less, there were a couple of turns in a row where one Rally the Peasants, speaking of which, and I win the game. So that's fun. I'm going to keep this hand. I don't think this hand is bad. I think it needs a bit of help, but I don't think it's bad. And then game 2, you saw what the deck does. That is pretty much what the deck does. It just overpowers your opponent by just attacking from so many multiple angles. I'm going to go 3 of Inspector and pass the turn. Drew another land, which is pretty good. Could cycle it if I need to, but I don't think I will. I'll probably just end up, you know... Ooh, Selfless Cathar. Ooh. Aw, man. Why don't I have a raise? I need a raise. Alright, we're going to attack for 1. Opponent's probably not going to block. You're not going to block, are you? I didn't think so. And we're going to cycle this. And play Boros Garrison, since these 3 lands give me 4 mana. Could also play that, but... If I was at 8 cards by returning a land, I would have of course played the Windscarred Crag, so... That is something to keep in mind. Most likely not playing this land next turn, actually, so I'll put it over there. Ooh, both playing something. That's annoying. Okay, so that kind of turns off my Electrickery for the while. Ooh, another Battle Screech. That is actually really, really good. So... let's see. I think I want to crack my Clue, since I can get 4 mana anyway. So I think what I'll do is I'll crack the Clue first to pretend like I'm drawing into something. Alright, and then our Firebolt, and then I will attack for 1. Pass the turn. Me being on the draw here is what might screw me a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. Excuse me. Another Azorius Chancery. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so my opponent probably has... Not a counterspell, I hope. I don't remember the name. Can you stop going over there, please? You stupid graveyard. Magic Online, can you get your crap together? Ooh, they didn't have anything. Sweet. Sorry about that. Okay, so they have a land in hand. A Glinthawk, eh? Alright, so we'll go ahead and play this first. See how my opponent deals with it. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Using this one because my opponent does have the card that I cannot remember the damn name of. That's an instant, you know, whatever. They could draw 4 cards here. Okay, or they could just not do anything. What is my opponent doing? I don't know. I'm winning at the moment in time, so I don't really care. Are they casting 3 dudes? The thing with Convoke? Yes. Okay, so I win the game, right? I think. If I draw a land, I know I do. That's not the land I was talking about, you stupid program. Yeah, okay. So I guess, attack with everybody. See what happens? Question mark? Sweet! And we win. And that's how easy this deck can win. I don't think that this is a very good matchup for me, but my opponent just kept 2 bad draws in a row after we both mulliganed to 5 in game 1 and I drew a ton of lands, so I have no sympathy. I'm kidding, I have sympathy. But, okay, so that was one match. I think I'm going to bring you another one because that one wasn't really very interactive, so we'll be back for the second one in a little bit, and we will see what happens. Thanks for watching the first one.